Alright, today I'm going to be demonstrating the notification center that's been added to the framework. The notification center can be found in scripts, utility, notifications, and then notification center. It also works with an object extension sort of helper script, but you don't need to include, or you don't need to add either of these scripts to any game objects in your scene. You just need to have these scripts in your project somewhere to use the notification center. The scene I have open right now is in Scenes, Demos, Inventory Demo, UI. This is the scene I'm going to be using to demonstrate the notification center, but note that I'm not covering the inventory system in this video. Inventory system runs off of, it's basically a menu right here. This scene here is, it's a menu of the items in the inventory. The items are in the prefabs folder. I'm going to go ahead and clear them really quick. So when you load the menu, you don't see anything. Now if we extract the items, then you see all the prefabs in there. And now you see things on the menu. Now, the notification center essentially works by posting notifications. It allows you to post notifications, and you can subscribe to notifications from game objects. So here, each item cell in the menu has an item cell select script. This takes, the way you work with notification center is you want to create a string that represents a notification. And then when you want to post that notification, like for example here, each item cell has a button component. And when the item cell is selected, the button component will fire the onClick method, and that onClick method is calling this item cell select script, the onItemCellSelect function. And our onItemCellSelect function is the one that posts the notification. And I have a debug log just showing that the notification has been posted. Now, to work with this, like suppose we want to, say we have our menu, and like being able to click these and select these is fine. We want to actually know which one we selected. So say we select the spear. Well, how do we know we selected the spear? I'm going to create a temporary script to do that. This script won't be included in the framework itself simply because this is a temporary script. Game Manager. I'm just going to call it Game Manager. We're going to go ahead and attach it to the camera here. Yeah, our camera in the scene. Open it up. Game Manager. So we don't want to use start or update. We want to use on enable. Void on enable. And then if you want to open up the docs, you can kind of see how it works. It's in assets, docs, impulse framework guide. But basically, it's in this section. It's on page 2 as of this video, subscribing to posting notifications. The posting notification is covered here, but here you want to have, basically you want to add an observer in your on enable. Here we're going to do on item cell select notification, and then it's going to be item cell select, and then the name of the notification in item cell select. Where is it? Item cell. Let's go ahead and open this up because we want the name of this notification here. So this is the notification we're listening for. Essentially, it works like this. This is the object. Why is this here? Item cell select notification. Oh no, it's this one. Okay. Okay, so it's the object that's going to be posting the notification dot the notification. That's basically the format. You're going to want to have an on disable. Normally you do this in a state in your project as opposed to the game manager, because in theory the game manager is always going to be enabled. If this was a state like show the inventory or inventory state, then that state may not always be active because you're not always going to be showing the inventory in your game at all times. And so you only want to be listening for this notification when the inventory is active. So you want to have this you wanna listen to the observer when the state becomes active. So assume this is like your inventory show state or show inventory state. On enable, you want to start listening for the notification of what the user is going to be clicking or what item cell is selected by the user. And then when that state is no longer active, your show inventory state, when it's no longer active, you want to have this, you want to have it disabled. You don't want to be listening to the notifications anymore. So here we have those listeners or observers as they're called, and then we're going to have on item cell select notification. It's going to take two arguments. They both have to be our objects, so object sender and object args. So basically, the way the add observer works is you need to have a function that's going to be called when the notification is received. So this is the notification that we're listening for. This is the function that we're going to call when we get that notification. You have to have these arguments, object sender, object args. And what we're doing here is the item cell is posting notification from item cell select. And so we're able to get that type from the sender. So we can do item cell select selected cell equals sender as item cell select. So that will get us the selected cell, specifically which one of these is selected. So if we clicked on bow, it would give us this specific one, that specific item cell. And then we can grab the useful component. I'm just going to shortcut here. Usually you want to convert this to a string because working with UI text element is not exactly the most useful. So the item cell view, each item cell has a name component, and usually when you're trying to get what item the player has clicked, you want the name of that cell. So instead of just getting like the cell, you want to know if they clicked on the bow cell or the axe cell or the sword cell. So that's what we're going to grab here. Again, you usually want to convert this to a string. I'm just shortcutting it here for the purposes of this demonstration. Text item selected, or we'll just do selected item equals selected cell. Note that this is an item cell select. So yeah, this is the sender is an item cell select, and we want to get the item cell view component. So item selected cell dot get component item cell view, and then we want to specifically get the name component. So name, and we'll just add a quick debug log. Yeah, normally you want to convert this to a string, but here we'll just put got the name. Alright, let's give this a run. Okay, so we click on axe, we have the notifications posted whenever we clicked, and then we hear from the game manager that we got the name. Again, I'm not actually posting the name itself because you want to convert this to a string, but I'm just shortcutting here that to show that we did in fact get the name of the object or the name property. And so we can now work with, so if the user clicked on the axe, we have the notification, we received it, we determined what the name of the cell is. So we would get the axe property and say, okay, now we know the player has clicked on the axe item in the menu, and then we can work with that. So that's basically how the inventory system works. If you want to read more, just open the docs and then just read this section here. It covers it in detail. It's pretty easy to work with.